Boys and girls, good evening. As mentioned before, I am here in the capacity of Community Outreach Officer for the Volcano Ready Communities project. And let me say up front that this project, the process has started between 3 to 4 years ago. And I believe some of you as community residents have participated in a consultation process, I believe, which took place at Langley Park Government School. In 2017, the project was approved by the CDB, the Caribbean Development Bank, to close to $5 million EC. And as I go through my presentation, I have 2 prizes that I will give away at the end, so you can listen attentively as I would ask 2 questions and then you can get something thereafter. Fancy, Owea, Sandy Bay, Overland, Georgetown, Connery, Park Hill, South Rivers. And on the leeward side, Spring Village, Rose Hall, Chateaubelair, Fitzhugh, comprising of 12 communities. Bearing in mind the nature and the close connectivity of our communities, we are targeting close to 17 to 19 communities in the project indirectly. That the flow said it to me. Alright. What you see here is one of the deliverables of the project. And this is what we are called the Community Emergency Response Team. The teams will comprise of 6 members each. So we are going to train 6 members from all the 12 communities identified. We are not only going to train them, we are going to equip them. And I will share the 3 levels of equipment that we are going to supply to the communities. The first set is safety gears. And what you see Mr. Hepburn displaying is the gears which will be provided to all members of the team. So this is the first responder safety gear. Water boots, flashlight, bag, glove, goggles, dust mask, helmet, and vest. There's also raincoats. Alright? All these equipment will be equipped to every first responder in the event of an emergency or disaster situation. You will be able to respond adequately. Now, importantly, you will see the colors they are displayed. These colors are very important. If you notice on this signage here, this is part of the Red Cross project. And I will speak a little bit of that later. And we are looking at worst case scenario, example at night. So therefore, once a surge light is flashed on one of these vests, they will be illuminated. Therefore you would see. So the evacuation route has been identified to find the shelter. So this is for individuals, but also in the event of an evacuation where outside resources is needed. Therefore, perfect strangers can have a clear direction in where they need to find the assembly point. And as identified on the map here, is at the Langley Park Government School. So that is one set of equipment that we are going to give to the community. The second set of equipment is what we call store, hardware, or warehouse equipment. These include stuff like generators, and what will be given is generators along with lights, as we are looking at worst case scenarios. Also water pumps. Alright? We are also looking at giving chainsaws to communities. Now, response, come response for your t-shirt. And the t-shirt is compliments SRC Nemo as part of the Volcano Awareness Week campaign. So thank you very much. If this size is too big, let me bring it back and I'll exchange it. Been alright?
Thanks, the Owea Sandy Bay Georgetown.
Alright, thank you very much. If it is too big, give me back and I will exchange it. Alright, so let me say thank you. We will answer all the questions.
Alright.
So take the question. Alright.
So, tell us how many persons, the names of the persons in the different communities. You mentioned 6 for each community. Is there a list in which other members of the communities could know so they could identify themselves with such persons?
Alright, under the Red Cross project, they have trained, I believe, between 17 to 23 persons already in the community disaster response teams and programs. Alright, so they are already in the community. Also through NEMO have been doing this exercise for years. James Brown is there, who have been training the initial batch, and others. Veronica is there as well, who have been trained under the NEMO system, and I have been trained under the system. So there are persons within the community who are already trained. But under the project, we are looking for fresh legs, as we call it, new people, all right, so that we can have more people who will volunteer themselves for this service, bearing in mind that people move out of the community over time, and therefore the volunteer list decrease. All right, so this
was in 1979. I want one person from over there, one person from here, and one person from that group there. Experiences about the last eruption of the last volcano, and how many years it is that the volcano erupted. How many years is it this year? And what was your experience then? And then I want to hear from you now. Now it's 2019, 40 years later. What will you do if you hear the volcano is erupting? So come on, 3 persons. Let's start with one person from here. So Mr. Huggins. That person can see.
Now in 1979, I was the scout leader in Georgetown and the district scout commissioner from Stubbs to Fancy. Now all in the morning I was awakened by a noise in the road. And when I look out, there are a lot of people outside stating that the suffering erupted. Now as the scout leader, I always prepare. And part of my duty was to help with the evacuation. For the entire day, I went as far as Fancy and helped with the evacuation right down to Georgetown. Now, throughout the day, now there's a lot of eruption, a lot of ashfall, because the vehicle that we were traveling in, now the windscreen, we couldn't see. And the driver had to smash the windscreen with a stone in order for them to see properly. Now we evacuate a lot of people from Fancy, from Oria, and from Sandy Bay. And now throughout the day, when I arrived back in Georgetown, at around 6 o'clock, there was a massive eruption. And I was one of the last posts to leave Georgetown. Now the police closed the police station, and they jumped in the jeep and they drive off. I was stationed at North Union Secondary School, where I helped throughout the entire 4 to 5 months. Right? I was part of the team there that helped in feeding and to manage that center. Now, it was a time that we will not forget. Now, we encountered a lot of difficulties, right? But I mean, after these difficulties, everything went well. So, definitely, I was deeply involved with the evacuation and with the settlement of people at the camp.
Thank you very much, Mr. Huggins, for sharing your experience with us. Do we have anyone else? Do we have one person coming from the back, this gentleman, to come and share his experience? Come, sir.
Hello to the people of Langita. My name is Aaron Jackson. I am usually from North B1, but I work up there, and the week before I went down to North B1. And in the morning there, where I have my experience Now I was sleeping. And as I was sleeping, I heard a rolling. And when I hear the rolling, I hear dark start to howl and clouds start to fly all over the place. And I get up and I went to the window. When I reach to the window, I hear a vehicle coming up from the Rosebank area. And when I go listen, I listen to some voices. I hear suffering in action, suffering in action, suffering in action. People, wake up, get ready, suffering in action. And so, my mother came. And then we reached out by the crossroad. And when we were at the crossroad, people from the different communities come to the crossroad and they say that they must stop in the area of Soka. Well, the school gets packed with people. And therefore, Mr. Judge Smith was alive at this time and he had 2 buses. And then the 2 buses get full with people. And then they start to travel now in the buses. When they reach to Barrowley, there was a crowd of people, so the buses then couldn't pass. And they direct them down to Baton Ground. And so, some people go to school, some go to churches, and so on. And we were there at least 40 days. And about 2 days after, the boat rolled out coming to the beach, and one from St. Lucia. And so they started to move people from the churches and carry them down to the boat, and then some go in Kingston at the Methodist Church and so on, and who have family to get to their own people and so forth. Well, my family was in Roman, so the boat, they all went up to Roman, and in a week time we get to down to the Roman school, and there was at Roman school, and it was not too bad there, but the female at the time was sitting and so on, and there were people that they want to panic and so forth, and so on, and a lot of stuff, food stuff and clothes and everything coming and so forth. So people have their time, it wasn't all that too bad, people didn't have.
Experience, Mr. Jocelyn. So we have one more person, we have a lady this time.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Mayoka Abbott Malcolm, and I'm a resident of that time. We only had one standpipe. Majority of us here couldn't afford to have water in our home. So there was one standpipe, and you have to get up early to catch water. If not, you have to go all the way back down the road. Happened so I woke up late in the morning and was to go down to the bottom for water. When I was going down, I saw some vehicles belonging to the Barnards passing down all in the morning, and they were covered with, to me, I thought it was mud, because I was saying, Rabuka River come down and look how those cars nasty. Wondering also where they was going so early, because as we know that Good Friday service starts at 12 and they were moving out so early. So I went down the road, and while I was going down, I met some people coming up, and they were saying to me, you ever heard Thunder Roll on Good Friday? I was saying, how miserable God showing us signs and wonders. I went down, got my first bucket of water, came up. As soon as I got here, there was a guy living at that another house by the name of Autumn Guy. He was walking at Orange Hill. He came down with a Suzuki Jeep, and he swung in. And when he saw me, he said, now you God, run, suffer come, suffer come. And there was another guy with him on the Jeep. We just call him Beck, but his name is Noel. Noel was on the Jeep because he said that he went to change his cattle and there was this grumbling and tumbling up and falling of ash. So I had a baby who was just a couple of months old. I was so scared that I ran inside and I started packing to move. I had my adopted mother, she was living right there. She was a converted woman. At that time she had pilgrims on mourning ground, and they were over at the other village, Chapman's village. So I left and I ran over to wake her up to tell her what is happening. She came home and we packed and we leave out running from this area. When we reached a couple of yards down the road, a tractor from Orange Hill came. She knew the guy because she used to work at Orange Hill Estate. The guy stopped and he told us to get on. We got onto the tractor and we end up stop people start backing up. And they're running, coming down, while they come down here for blah blah blah, and they start carrying on. That was the Friday we got down there because I didn't witness nothing because I left so early. We got to Stubbs about 8:08 that morning. And my first experience was around 3 o'clock, where I was staying with a friend of mine. Both of us went to convent together. While I was in the house, I heard her mother scream, "Oh Lord God, have mercy upon us, we dead today, we dead today." When I ran out and we looked up to the mountain, there was this big mass tumbling coming over. We had to run and go in and hide. That was the Friday. There was no ash fall in the sub area. We went to bed Tuesday night and the Saturday morning. The Wednesday morning when we woke up, the whole of Stubbs was covered with ash. And that was what quieted those people in Stubbs, because that was the time they realized that nowhere in St. Vincent is safe from this monster that we are living under. And that is my experience of Africa.
Thank you very much for that experience, and you heard what Miss Abbott said. Nowhere in St. Vincent is not going to experience the ash. Why? Even if you do not have the ash or lava, people have to move from the entire north of the island and go south. So wherever we are, we'll have to interact with persons who have had to leave their homes. So